Hi everyone, really excited to have Adela with us today. And Adela's had an amazing journey. She actually finished with us about 6 months ago. So we're going to get some insights as to what life has been like since then. But Adela, if you could start by telling everyone where you're from, a bit about you, and a bit about your wellness background and what brought you to us in the first place, that would be great.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Adela Pacheco. I'm from Denver, Colorado. I'm a hairstylist, but I used to be a server. Actually, my health lifestyle before I met Scott and Vida was not good at all. I was my calories were so low, about 800 calories a day. I was starving myself. I was working two jobs, which was like 16 hours a day, getting about 4 hours of sleep. I had like a drinking problem. I was drinking like wine every night. I was eating food that wasn't good for me, even though I'm vegan. I was eating chips and everything that wasn't good for me. So when I found Vida and Scott, it was like God sent them to me because I was so lost. I was so depressed. I was in a dark place. I was not happy with my life at all, at all, at all. When I started working with them, it was like everything was like off my shoulders. They started, mentoring me. And then with my training, I started feeling like magnificent, like I could take on the world every time that, I would talk with them. It was like it would give me like uplifting. They would like uplift me. So I loved it. I loved the program. And now I'm carrying on with me everything they taught me, from nutrition to training to yoga, which I totally love. And all the habits were instilled in me. I'm still doing like tracking my calories and trying to do better with my nutrition, but I feel like my nutrition's pretty good now.
That's so great to hear,
So
Adela, that
yeah.
you've kept everything up since the program and it's been
Yeah.
sustainable for you. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah, I just wanted to go back a little bit because you were, like you said, you were working like I think at least two jobs when we met.
Yes.
You
Hmm.
were super busy. You're on your feet all day, but you were
Right.
still so determined, so positive. I think you were getting up and doing your workouts really early, weren't you? You were getting
Yeah, 4 a.m.
4 a.m., getting your workouts done. You embraced everything. And that's just a massive inspiration to everyone watching that often people can use time as an excuse or a self limiting belief. But if something's important to us, and our health and our wellness should be the most important thing in our lives. If something's important to us, we'll find a way to do it. And you did exactly that.
yes, and I
Right.
was kind of going with a similar question because you were so inspiring to work with since we started, and we knew how crazy busy you are. We knew how hectic your lifestyle is, and not probably even once we heard any complaint from you. Like Scott said, if you had to wake up at 4 a.m. to do your workout, you did, and not necessarily it was for actual workout, but you wanted to change your life, so you took action and you started creating a change in your life, and the change is massive now, besides all the physical and mental transformation you experience. For me, one of the most beautiful thing in your journey was that you finally got to work in your dream job and have your
Right.
dream career. You always wanted to be here, a dresser, hair designer, and I remember you telling us about it, but you were quite stuck, working as a server in two jobs, trying to, survive. But for me, it's the biggest and the most beautiful change when persons start loving themselves so much, then they know that they have to take, a leap of faith and go after their dreams. So we're so happy that you did go after your dreams and now you do what you love. Can you maybe tell a bit more about that transition period from not just changing yourself, but changing your life and changing your career? How did that happen?
What? I was so scared to do it. You guys know I was terrified. was like, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I could do it. You know, all the it was a change. You know what I mean? When we're stuck in a spot and we're comfortable, we don't want to change. You know what I mean? But with all my training and my yoga and my loving myself, like you said, I was able to just jump. I was like meditating about it and I was like, I'm going to just do it. So I just did it. When they shut down for quarantine in March, I felt this I know it's horrible to say, I felt this relief like, okay, now's my chance, you know? So I just took it and I jumped, and I feel like it was because I had changed so much on the inside and mentally that made me comfortable enough to jump and take that leap
Love it,
and
Adela.
start my job.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And like you
And
said,
I love it.
yeah, we're so happy for you. And like you say, I mean, you were in a pretty dark and desperate place, like, not loving yourself, restricting yourself, almost like, punishment, drinking, everything like that. So,
And I think you mentioned as well that at that time, on top of all of that, you also experienced depression, right?
Oh yes, very, very deep, dark depression. I was getting up in the morning for my job. I was like, not wanting to even wear makeup. I wasn't even like, I would go like maybe I'd skip a day without showering. Like I was just getting up, changing, and it was like my life was just like just so dark at that time. It was
wow.
it was not good. Yeah.
So you really got your lust for life back.
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
And what would you advise, Adela, to someone who is in that kind of dark place, mentally or physically or both? Because you were in the dark place and everything was going wrong, but you were still brave enough to, invest in yourself, to start the program. Like, was it almost out of kind of I have to do it, or like what really encouraged you to step out of that dark place and start the program and start working on yourself?
Well, I feel like it was like a have to, but not really, because after talking to you guys initially, the first two times, I was like on the fence of like, should I do it? Should I not?
Yeah.
But after I would talk to you guys, my spirit would be like, I would be so happy. And even my daughter would tell me, Mom, you're so happy after you talk to them. I feel like you guys were like giving me your hand to lift me out, to pull me out. Like literally, both of you were like pulling me out of that place, you know?
Yeah,
And
thank
I thought
you.
to myself, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it, you know? And I'm so happy I did because it changed my life forever, forever.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah,
that's amazing to hear, Adela. And you changed your life. You
right.
deserve all the success.
Absolutely.
We guided you, and we were so grateful to be involved in your journey. And we opened a few doors for you, but you put all the work in, and it's so thoroughly deserved. So we
Yeah.
couldn't
Right.
be happier for you.
So interesting to hear, Adela, like you said, that support was really important for you, which really helped you to experience this beautiful transformation. What else in the program and working with us helped you to become the highest version of yourself? Like what other aspects were helpful?
So a lot of the things, the tasks you guys had me do, like the vision board, which I still have in my room, by the way,
Nice.
the vision board, yeah, the vision board and the little tasks that help your mind, because I think a lot of that needs to start with that, like how you feel about yourself, your mind. You need to like work on your mind
Mhm.
too. So I think that was a big part of it also that helped
Amazing.
me change. Yeah.
And I bet the hairdressing was on your vision board, right? So
It
It
was, I
was.
remember.
there's
Yeah.
at least one thing you've manifested into reality, and I'm sure there's many more as well.
Right, right. Yeah. It is. It's
Amazing.
on there.
Perfect, Adela.
And just a quick one. So when you came to us, Adela, had you been involved in any other coaching programs before, or like what had you tried in the past, or was this just the first time that you'd kind of sought professional help?
So I tried the same thing everybody else did, like the Herbalife, the isogenics, all that stuff I had already tried. And although they're really good products, I never had like a one-on-one to where, you were working on my mental, you guys are working on my physical, you guys are asking me every day how I'm doing. I never had that one-on-one coaching, which I really loved. Like that was the main thing.
Love it. And I think, as you said before, that, we went so deep with you into your mindset, your self-sabotage, your self-limiting beliefs. We always say all health, all wellness, it starts in our heads. And that's where a lot of these other diets or nutritional programs fall short, is they're just focusing on nutrition. And yes, nutrition is important, but it's just a small percentage of the whole wellness pie. If we're not doing that deep inner work, then we're never going to get those real transformative, sustainable results. So that's really cool to hear that.
And talking about nutrition, you mentioned in the beginning that before you started working with us, you were so restricting yourself. You were on like 800 calories per day, which is like crazy.
That's starvation.
Yeah, that's starvation. But I wouldn't lose the weight. So I was like, why, am I not losing the weight? I didn't understand that. And you guys helped me realize that it wasn't enough calories, even though I was like 800 calories and I was so stressed out, and I was the chips and the bread and the tortillas and everything, I was still not, it wasn't well.
Yes, and I think that's the really big thing for so many people. Like in general, especially we women, we think, less calories we eat, more weight we lose. And on the very surface level, yes, it's true, but there are limitations. If we under our calories, we experience metabolic adaptation known as plateau, and that's when we stall. And that's so detrimental for our mental health, right? Because like you said, you're already on so low amount of calories, and then you're not losing anything. And then there's no space to lower your calories down, because then you're just gonna literally starve. So it's so detrimental. And we just want to always emphasize how important it is to know your energy balance, what's required for your body and for your lifestyle, and to make sure we're not going into under targets and actually starving ourselves. Because besides, not having physical results, it really messes with our head, right? Like you said, you're not eating much and then you're not losing anything. It's like, what's going on? And that's why it's important to seek help and advice if we don't know why it's happening, if we don't understand a body's energy balance and things like that. So we're so happy that we got you out of that crazy limit and not restricting yourself anymore.
Yeah, and Adela, we've got a fairly large community now, and obviously we work with lots of women directly, and we speak with numerous people on a daily and weekly basis. We know and we completely understand that there's lots more people that are sitting on the fence that need help but are apprehensive about online coaching or investing in themselves or making their wellness a priority. So what would be your number one tip to someone that needs help and perhaps is thinking about online coaching with us but not sure?
So I feel like they need to just do it. Like it's gonna be the best thing that they'll ever do. Honestly, it's the best thing that I ever did. Was
Amazing.
I found you guys and you guys helped me, and I'm still utilizing everything you guys taught me, and I feel like they just need to do it.
Amazing.
Just do it.
Yes. And so like you said yourself just now, that you're able to use all the tools which were provided for you during the program, and you're still sustaining your wellness journeys. That's right.
Yes, I'm still doing that. I'm still utilizing everything you guys showed me and taught me.
Nice.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, and you're still in our client-only community, and we're still in touch, which we love. So we can still be part of your journey, even 6 months on after it finished the initial program, which is so cool.
Right.
Yes, and to finish with one more advice from you for those who may be experiencing, depression and anxiety and things like that, because it's such a big theme which is not talked enough about, I believe, and it's part of our health, right? So what would be your advice, or what maybe helped you to kind of deal with your depression?
Yeah, to dig yourself out of that hole that you were in.
So you guys had a big part in that, of course, and it was you just got to love yourself. You just got to start loving yourself and get up and do and move, and yeah, that's what I did. I just started loving myself. Yeah, but you guys helped me with that.
Yeah, because it can be tough, can't it? Like we know we just gotta love ourselves, but to actually do it and make ourselves a priority, it can be easier said than done. And that's why it can be really helpful to have that support network and that accountability.
But I love this advice. That's exactly what I would suggest as well. Self-love, it's the best healing tool for anything. And to get into the place of self-love, it's not easy, but once we're there, life just looks much brighter.
And it just shows how, once we start loving ourselves and prioritizing our wellness, it ripples out into all areas of our life. So, we start understanding our relationships and what relationships serve us. We start looking at our jobs, and, you changed career and you just started going down a completely different direction in life just because you started loving yourself again and putting yourself first. So I think that's just a beautiful example to everyone else watching, Adela, that start loving yourself and just let the magic start happening again.
Absolutely. Right. Thank you, Adela, so much for being here. And yes, we'll be in touch very soon.
Speak soon.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.